Hi, welcome back to Real Reviews. This is Cody Williams, and we are talking about the movie Batman and Robin. I know what you're about to say. Why would anyone put themselves through the torture of watching this abomination? I mean, this is in no way of disrespecting the late Joel Schumacher, but this movie is just flat out awful. How awful, you may ask? Well, let's talk about it. The movie story follows Mr. Freeze, who plans on taking Gotham City hostage by freezing the town into a permanent winter. In the meantime, a new seductive villainess, Poison Ivy, has appeared to cause a rift in the partnership of Batman and Robin. While all of this is happening, Bruce Wayne's faithful butler, Alfred, is dying, and Mr. Freeze holds the key to save his life. I will admit that I kind of like this movie as a 7-year-old. At the time, I didn't care about the quality of movies back then, and the only thing that mattered to me was just watching Batman and Robin obliterating the bad guys while trying to save the day. Over the course of time, the movie's flaws became apparent after I started appreciating the art of filmmaking. This is easily one of those movies where it's so bad, it's good, if that makes sense. You love watching it for the sole purpose just to make fun of it. The only saving grace that this movie has is Arnold Schwarzenegger as the main antagonist, Mr. Freeze. He may be over the top with his character, but he is super fun with his many ice-related puns and quips. As far as other characters go, I hated George Clooney as Batman. I don't know how to describe it, but he's not my ideal choice for the role. Michael Goff as Alfred, on the other hand, is phenomenal. I simply love the fact that he and Pat Hingle, who plays Commissioner Gordon, are the only two actors that have been in all the Batman movies leading up to this particular film. I'm sorry, but Chris O'Donnell as Robin just didn't do it for me. Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy was just meh. The movie's acting by everyone is nothing worth bragging about, but then again, from what I can tell is that very little effort was required. On an unrelated note, the Art Deco set design for Gotham City itself is splendidly beautiful. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, so I'm going to be right to the point on why I hate this movie with every fiber of my being. For starters, the script is just a complete mess of its own, and the dialogue is so cringeworthy awful. The movie is so dumbed down to the point where literally everything is an insult to one's intellect. Bane has always been one of my favorite Batman villains since watching the animated series. They really bastardized his character and did him dirty in this movie. Last but not least, the movie's many action set pieces were not exhilarating the least bit. Overall, Batman and Robin is simply a total disaster and should be avoided at all costs. I'm sure I'm not speaking for myself here, but I can easily say that any fan of Batman will despise this film. Even though this movie does have some minor good things to say about it, it really is dreadful and tedious to trudge through. I give this movie a D-. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Keep up with my real reviews.